So good afternoon, everyone who all have joined. My name is Abhishek. I'm the co-founder of Extra Edge, and I welcome all of you on this webinar. I think before we start, a quick introduction. Where are you joining from? Which city you're joining from? What's your name? And which organization you're joining from will be really helpful. You can use the chat to quickly introduce yourself so that we at least know who we are and who we are talking to. Again, welcome all and thanks for joining, and look forward to also interacting with you across the webinar. So allow me to share my screen so we get started. So good afternoon. Welcome to a live product walkthrough of how do we empower our admission teams with WhatsApp automation. WhatsApp is one of the most popular chat applications, not only in India, but across the globe. And today we will be going to cover a few things. First of all, we all know in a very straightforward way that WhatsApp as a communication is the default communication how we Indians interact with each other today. Email comes closer to that. But how WhatsApp has penetrated business along with how it has penetrated our personal lives is something very, very interesting we'll talk about, and how it has penetrated the admission officers in education admissions parlance. We'll talk about that too. While we talk about, we'll also talk about how Extra Edge utilizes WhatsApp to benefit the admission officers across the globe. So let's get started. First of all, about me, my name is Abhishek. I have been building Extra Edge for the past 4.5 years. Primarily, I'm a product guy, helping probably more than 250 plus admission teams and advising them, consulting them in their go-to-market strategies and strengthening their digital acquisition strategy via Extra Edge. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what I love the most, to work very, very closely with admission team members and head of admissions and people who are part of this very, very critical, important aspect of outreach and admissions for education brands across the globe, right? And few of you who have joined today on the panelists are a part of that team. Going forward, a really quick introduction about Extra Edge. We are basically an all-in-one online education software built for admission teams, from CRM, marketing automation, online application form for universities, chatbot, live chat, WhatsApp API, and predictive analytics is the whole suite. So basically, any technology that you would need to increase your conversions or optimize your spend during your critical admission cycle is being powered by Extra Edge. We work with more than 250 plus brands, and some of the popular ones that we work with are universities, edtech companies, coaching, test prep, not only in India but also across the globe. And not only that, we are literally powering more than 4,000 plus admission team members in India primarily and across the globe to meet their admission goals. So that's that's a bit about Extra Edge, and that's a metaphor we use. We're loved by teams because we work very closely with them as their consultants. Moving very clearly forward, to basically the topic of the hand, and is on the WhatsApp. But it's very important that not only we cover WhatsApp, but we also cover that why do you require a single platform to end-to-end manage your entire admissions. Think of us like QuickBooks or a Tally or a Google email, right? I think it becomes very, very critical and important that this becomes a single stack for all your kind of admission needs. So let's get started. Yeah. So first of all, we will start primarily about WhatsApp, because that's the main topic of our agenda today, that we primarily talk about WhatsApp. Nikhil, just give me a second. So let's get started. And the first step, while we are talking about WhatsApp and automation, is India loves WhatsApp. So what do we mean by that? In 2019, near about 350 million people were using WhatsApp, and India is WhatsApp biggest market. Now these are official numbers. In 2020, this number has gone down to near about 500 million. Again, it's not an authorized number. But the most important aspect here of this number is that more than 50% of the people are in the age group of 35 and below, which means that most of your prospect students or even right from a K-12 probably to a upskilling are using WhatsApp for their human communication. And this human communication has fundamentally transformed to business communication with the advent of WhatsApp for Business, and which will get accelerated as WhatsApp has also launched payment very, very recently. What it means for admission brands and offices like yours is that not only India loves WhatsApp as a personal means of communication, but that has fundamentally transformed in the business mode of communication, because we have volume, we have numbers, and that's the default way how do people talk to each other, which has been extended to how do businesses talk to each other. Very good examples are Make My Trip, and Book My Show, who are already leveraging that, and it will be very critically leveraged also by in the education marketing space, which we'll talk about today, right? So what potentially can you do with WhatsApp, right? So let's look at that. What tools can you use for WhatsApp? So there are a lot of tools available in the market, and often than not, when I talk to people like you, there's a lot of confusion, right? So we'll try to cover and dice and slice it down for you in bits and pieces, right? So we'll talk about WhatsApp automation, we'll talk about WhatsApp API, we'll talk about bulk, we'll talk about bot, and we'll talk about live chat. Basically, what we'll try to cover is that what are the good use cases in education marketing in which WhatsApp can be used in what capacity, right? When does a bot work as compared to when does a one-on-one chat work, and in what cases does a template work, right? So we'll try to look at all these and also answer few of your questions. But before I start, right, I'll take a quick pause, and there's a small poll which we would want you to quickly take so that we can customize the flow of this webinar based on the needs of the audience. So allow me to launch the quick poll, and so it's a kind of a small poll where we would just want to understand that how you guys are leveraging WhatsApp and what are the needs. So if you could probably take around a couple of minutes, there are just two questions, and if you could completely complete that, so I'm seeing the results, and it will give me a decent idea of what the audience is looking for. So I think we are getting some interesting answers. So while we are kind of getting these answers, let's quickly continue. We can use multiple things, right? And so let's quickly segue and look at that. In what all capacities can you use WhatsApp? And this is more of a show and a tell. It's a product walkthrough. So I'll quickly segue from the presentation to the product and take you through the product, right? Let's start to look at things in a basic way, what you could fundamentally do, right? So you have a list of leads, and you would want to send all of them a WhatsApp communication for a webinar, right? So fundamentally what you're saying is that these are my list, and I will want to send all these 21 people a WhatsApp message. You say yes. You pick up their primary mobile address and their father's mobile address, for example, primary. You pick up a template. Now that's the first thing. How can you send WhatsApp in bulk to the prospects using a approved template? What do we mean by an approved template? So think of it like a transactional template where you inform an audience about your webinar, about your deadline, about your fee details, and so on and so forth. What WhatsApp recommends is that this should not be treated as promotional, like offers and discounts, because that template will not be approved. It's very similar to SMS, where you used to have transactional and promotional routes. So WhatsApp allows you to get these templates approved and set up for you. So while these templates are approved, these acquired leads or prospects, you can send these communication to them in bulk. That's the first way, right? You set up your WhatsApp Business API account, which a provider like XtraEdge can help you set up. You get your templates approved. These templates can be approved on the portal. And while these templates get approved, then you can choose one of those templates and start this communication with the prospects in a real-time basis, right? You can do it one-on-one, and you can do it in bulk, right? That's the first thing. We'll talk about that, how these templates can be done. And most of the time when you see a Make My Trip or Book My Show sending you a message with a PDF after you book a ticket of maybe a flight or a movie or a play, and the message that comes to you is basically this. It's a WhatsApp template that comes to you. Very good use cases in education. What we have seen are when a student has registered for the first time, the first information goes to them. When he inquires on your website, a WhatsApp goes to him. If he has paid a fees, then a PDF goes to him. If he inquires for a brochure or a fee brochure or a download brochure, the brochure goes to him. These are all opt-in, where the prospect has opted in, and instead of communicating him on email or text, which probably he will not see that frequently, he can see that WhatsApp message. That's the first thing. Now, a quick question comes in that we can do it in single, we can do it in bulk. Can we put it on an engine or like a rule? The answer is yes. You can even do it using a drip campaign. So let us quickly look at what you could perhaps do using a drip campaign. So here, what could potentially happen is that you can set up a campaign. So I'm setting up a campaign where I say that these are webinar leads. I will want to start on a particular day, say on 2nd of October, put up a time, right? And here I can put some conditions. So let me put some condition that these people belong to a course, say my current course, which is like course 1, and they all have come from a source, say event, right? So people who come for this particular course and an event, what I would want to fundamentally do is that I want to send them 3 WhatsApp messages. Now, let's go back to our original discussion. These are approved template WhatsApp messages. I pick primary and father's mobile ID. I pick up my template one that needs to go on the first day. The second one, the form link needs to go on the 7th day, or probably, let's pick up on the 8th. And the third one needs to go maybe after, after 1 day or 2 days, or so on and so forth. So let me put this one immediate, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 8 days. So this could be 3 WhatsApp messages that could be sent in the interval of 24 hours to all these prospects who have come for a particular course from a particular source, and you would want them to attend that webinar with a link. And these are approved template messages, which are mail merged, which will go to the respective email mobile numbers along with the father's mobile number, provided the WhatsApp exists, to all of them, and you could put that into motion. Now, this is basically taking the power of WhatsApp business and putting them into a drip intelligent marketing automation at scale. So that's the second thing that perhaps you can do with WhatsApp as a tool. And very good use cases are some deterministic events in the life cycle of admissions, which are basically your deadline to pay the fees, deadline to apply, deadline to register, batches, start date, batch end date. You are taking an online webinar, you are taking a demo class, and so on and so forth. So think of all these major events in your life cycle where you would want to touch base in the student's journey for them to become a prospect to a student, which can be automated using WhatsApp. So that's the power of API married with kind of drip marketing and at scale. And this could work for 5,000, 50,000 users if you want to, right? So that's the second and most important bit that we would wanted to talk about, right? So while we are doing this, you see that the difference is all these communications are primarily outbound in nature. What I mean by that is you as a brand are communicating to your prospect. But the question arises is that what if the prospect also wants to talk to you? What do we do then? So let's look at how do we solve for that? How do we solve for inbound communication? So as we were talking about outbound and we were looking at various prospects and things like that, let me pull up my own data, right? So this is a prospect called Abhishek, which is me. And you are one of the admission brands, and you will choose one way to talk to me, which I spoke about is a template message, which you can send to me. You directly go to my WhatsApp message right away. But if I want to talk to you one-on-one, right, what you can fundamentally do is bring the power of WhatsApp web within the product, within the CRM itself. And let's look at how that works out, right? So here, what happens, and it looks very interesting and magical. What happens is that this panel opens inside the product. For all the, in a very simple, non-technical way, we have brought WhatsApp for web business into the product. And from here itself, the admission team members can start talking to the prospects. How do they talk? They can use the template, which is already set for them. So that can be already sent. And they can also freely type if they want to, right? They can send some attachments like fees, invoice, PDF, and so on and so forth. Of course, with a limited size and everything, they can do that. They can communicate it using emojis, smileys, things like that within the product itself. That's also very much possible. So basically now we are talking to that particular student, and the student is also responding to me in a normal human way. So here what happens is that you see that a lot of people are replying to me, and this is a brand, and now uh, I'm talking as a prospect here. And the beauty for here is very important, that what does this account looks like, right? This account is a green tick registered account for your brand, and XtraEdge helps you to create that account. So this is a official WhatsApp for Business API account built for your brand. This is different than the business account. There's a difference between business account and business API account. This is a business API account where the communication comes to you, and if you click on it and see, it clearly tells that WhatsApp has verified this account, that it belongs to XtraEdge, and it could belong to your brand, right? And when Abhishek receives a message from this particular brand, right, he does not see the phone number. He just see an authorized contact ID, that this chat is with the official business account of XtraEdge, right? And now for the first time, Abhishek is saying, discussing with a particular prospect or your admission team member, hello, I want to know more about UG. And now this communication is happening as we speak. And while this communication is happening, right, I'm very clearly understanding what's happening, what's not happening, and I can respond to it on a normal basis. So here there is a communication, I put up it, I check it, I want to know more about UG. Okay, so let me tell you more about UG. And I will probably drop a brochure. So I'll pick up a brochure about UG and share it with him. So, it sounds very simple, but till date, this has not been done by a lot of products. In education, we feel, because India loves WhatsApp, right? Doing it in a very simple way where you can talk to your prospects in a normal human way and interact with him by sharing links, PDFs, and details on WhatsApp will increase your engagement to the next level. So that's the second fundamental thing that you could do with WhatsApp. You could bring the power of WhatsApp for web, where prospects can also reply to you within the CRM. So that's the third thing that fundamentally you can do using WhatsApp, right? So I think I'll take a small pause. I think there are some questions, Nikhil. Probably we should take these questions. What do you think?
Yes, Abhishek, I think there are just, I guess, one question I have answered. You can answer the one question that is on the screen.
I think the question is that, do you think WhatsApp is going to take over email marketing? I don't think so. I think email is still the most legitimate and potent way of marketing to your audience, provided you understand who their audience is. And it works beautifully when you have acquired that audience by inbound methodology, means they have opted in via Google AdWord or Facebook or a organic inquiry on your website or your landing pages. In that case, emails works beautifully. And that's one. Emails do not work that beautifully when you are doing outbound. You have a data set which you have not acquired via digital means, and you are just scheduling bulk emailers to them. In that case, the rates go down. Although people do that, but I think WhatsApp will complement email going forward, and it will not going to overtake or take over email marketing. Okay, so I think there is a question about in case of bulk messages, do we get responses of aspirants? So yes, you get to know whether that WhatsApp has been delivered or not delivered. That's what exactly WhatsApp tells us, that was it delivered or was it not delivered. So that's correct. I think there's also a question on is WhatsApp API linked to the website of the company? Am I correct? Yes. The WhatsApp button that you see on your website is basically a normal WhatsApp account. But this WhatsApp for Business API can be there on the website. So somebody clicks on your icon on the WhatsApp, he directly goes there. And that's the last piece we are going to talk about, is what we call WhatsApp bot. So you could take them through a bot. So we covered outbound communication, we covered inbound communication. Now we will cover if you want to answer all the repetitive questions, then how that you could do at scale using our WhatsApp bot. So let's talk about that too, right? So, Nikhil, I think let me share the screen and take them through the last journey. Sounds good?
Yes, Abhishek. Yes, Abhishek.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take an example of this, right? So I come to one of the maybe say aspects or of WhatsApp, and now I have just give me a second. I think my phone is not connected. Yeah. So right. So I come here and I just say hey. Right. So I could be any prospect or any student, and now this is basically where there is no human being involved. It's asking me to uh, talk to me about things like that. So I say, okay, great. My name is Abhishek. It asks me more contact and details. Great. Fine. It probably will ask me more data. So I'm from Maharashtra. And bear in mind that this is literally like a contact us form. These all things are getting created as leads in the system. And now it gives me a bouquet of menu where I would want to know more about some things. So yes, I want to know more about admissions. In admissions, I want to know more about undergrad. And in undergrad, I would want to know more about maybe, the fees and courses and details like that, or maybe the admission process or list of programs, for example, right? So it can give me details with list of programs, and it has beautifully thrown me a PDF. Think of it. 5,000 people in a week reach out to you. Your people pick up the phone call and they exactly are answering the same thing and then sending out a PDF to you at the end of the day on their email. This all things has been automated in the last 15-20 seconds via a non-human way on WhatsApp. I can download this PDF. And that's about it. I have my answer. And then if required, I can click on a link and go and fill the form. And all of these has happened in the last 20-30 seconds from the website. I can click on the website, go to this form itself. So that's the fourth piece, ladies and gentlemen, where, either you could choose a way to use templates, put them on a drip. Either you could choose a way to humanly interact with WhatsApp for web here, which is connected to the world here, or you can use a bot to make sure that you are automating most of the repetitive process and you're doing it at scale. These are the three very core legitimate ways that today WhatsApp API allows you to use and leverage over a period of time for your brand. And be it a very, very big brand, like a big university, or a small brand who probably are operating with a 200 or 300 intake, this works beautifully. So this is the first time a technology like this works beautifully for not only a big enterprise, but also for a small enterprise. And I would encourage small enterprises to subscribe for it because this makes a lot of sense there, right? One more thing that I have seen is that with the advent of WhatsApp for payments, we are going to see that how we could even bring in an ability, right, to make sure that payments are also can be happening on WhatsApp. Now, this will make sure that things get scaled at a different level, where not only communication but fulfillment can also happen on WhatsApp, right? So, with that, let me segue and go back to my slide, right? So these are the four things, guys, that I covered. Now, first of all, WhatsApp automation along with the API, where templates can be approved and sent to it. Second is bulk, where communications could go in bulk. Then the live chat, where you could bring the power of WhatsApp, normal human WhatsApp one-on-one onto the CRM and marketing automation. And finally, bots, in which repetitive queries can be scaled up from where we are to where we could go without need for a human intervention. And then links, PDFs, videos can also be shared there, right? So that's where I'll stop. Extra Edge enables, and we are the official service providers to WhatsApp and Twilio in India, and we'll be more than happy to talk to few of you and make sure that we can set up for you and help you to leverage the power of WhatsApp at scale. Uh, Always remember that any new technology becomes very prevalent and conversant in the consumer first, which then gets transformed to enterprise. This is what has exactly happened with India in the last few years. WhatsApp has become the default factor of communication in a consumer space, which is now getting transformed in the enterprise and business space, and education being the hotbed of digital communication post-COVID. This will become one of the competitive advantages of brands, where they could use WhatsApp to their advantage in their admission and outreach. So with that, Nikhil, I'll stop my sharing screen, and I think we can take some questions if that's okay.
Yes, Abhishek. So we already have one question on our Q&A section. So it's about what are the restrictions on using the WhatsApp feature that we are just
right. So basically, the question is that what's the restriction of using WhatsApp? It's a very pertinent and good question. First of all, WhatsApp recommends and suggests that you do not use WhatsApp for promotional bulk campaigns. For example, you just got some data of 50,000 kids and you're bombarding them with WhatsApp messages. A, you can't do that. B, if you're trying to do that and somebody is asking you that it's possible, they are wrong. C, it's also not legal in a way. You cannot be prosecuted for it, but you really need to get opt-in from the prospects. So the prospects who come digitally from Google AdWords, Facebook, land on a landing page, they need to do a tick saying that I officially want to receive WhatsApp from the brand, and they should be sent the WhatsApp transactional messages. So that's one. So opt-in is required. Second is that you cannot send promotional messages. So WhatsApp has till date prohibited promotional messages, which means that offer discounts cannot be shared. It's very similar to Try, and Try has stopped promotional messages for in SMS in India. So similar to that, WhatsApp also does not allow that. So that's a second restriction. I think the third restriction is in terms of volume, how much you can send in a day, how much you could do in a day, and so on and so forth. But I think those are more protocols rather than restrictions, as a matter of fact. So these are the three few things to remember. Fourth, I would say that look at your use case. If you're a university as big as, say, Amity, Sharda, and so on and so forth, you receive 30,000 inquiries in a day, and those questions are repetitive, so bot makes sense. If you're a business where you enroll 200, 300 students in your year or probably in a batch, then a one-on-one chat within the walls of CRM as a one-on-one enterprise chat makes sense, because your people might leave the organization. And if they're communicating using their personal WhatsApp, they may promise something which you may not like as a brand, and they might leave and the communication will go with them. So this communication now is protected within the enterprise and the guided wall of the CRM. So look at your use case and choose what makes sense for you. For a very good or a top tier university who has an application process where people give JEE CAT and fill the forms and so on and so forth, drip marketing communication makes a lot of sense, because there is a deadline to filling the application forms, and you can paste these communications when they have filled the step 1, step 2, document verification, GD, PI, or interviews or process to it. So in this case, drip communication works well. So, just trying to answer that, what use case will solve for what. So, be careful, but be judicious how you use this. And we help you do that. What all external docs we can send through the CRM? It's a good question. So, basically, sir, you could perhaps do a PDF. You could send across a doc. You could do an image. You can send across a payment link. You can send across a YouTube link. You can also send across an embedded video. So WhatsApp allows video, content, audio, PDF, doc, image, so on and so forth. So basically most of them, with a restriction in terms of sizes and everything, which even Gmail allows. Gmail restricts that today. So you could do all those digital interventions and collaterals if you want to. Okay. Do you guys train the counselor on how to use WhatsApp effectively? So the counselors already know how to use WhatsApp. That's a beauty. I think all the 500 million people in India were not trained by WhatsApp anyways in the first place. We just learned it, and it was so simple that we adopted to it. Similar to that, our product is also very simple. So we have seen that people learn it by themselves, but there's a team of consultants who support them by setting up your account, talking to WhatsApp to get your account approved, talking to get your templates approved. And what I've seen in the market, that there's a lot of confusion and there's a lot of chaos in terms of what we understand, what we not understand about WhatsApp. So the first job we do is to make it simple for you, make it simple in terms of how much you should spend, what works for you, what you should not do, what you should be doing, and help you set up all the documentation and register yourself as a WhatsApp Business API and then get started. So we help you and handhold you in that. I think with that, there's another quick poll which I will quickly want to start before we wrap up. So just 1 second. So Nikhil, I am getting not an option to do second poll here.
Okay, just let me check.
Yep. So while I'll take some more questions, there are more questions. So suppose we have 200 student contacts. Is this program applicable? If so, what is the cost for a small training center? Definitely, sir. I think we support all kinds of brands, who are digital first in nature. So somebody will reach out to you and talk to you if you share your details. And we want even smaller brands to leverage the power of automation in admissions as well as WhatsApp. And we are more happy to have a conversation with you. If we can't send out event information in bulk, what is used for it? Maybe only one-on-one communication. So you can send event information too, sir. But the students that you're sending should be acquired by you. They should not be bought by you. A lot of times what brands do, they buy data. They send WhatsApp communication or email. Email is still forgiving. WhatsApp is not forgiving. They might block you. So if you have acquired these kits, right, and event and a notification for an event is still not a promotion, it's still transactional in nature. If people have RSVP'd or have been registered for that event, you can still send them event-based communication. That is counted as a transactional communication, not as a promotional. It will be counted as a promotional if you have a database of 5,000 people and you're sending them in bulk. That's promotional. So, okay. So Nikhil, yeah. So there's a question. Yeah, there's a question about through your CRM. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I would like to believe that So let me quickly launch the poll. So Nikhil, let me quickly make you the host, and probably you can launch the poll. Let's see it works. So so while Nikhil launches the poll, I think when you mean through the CRM, yes, all these things can be done. Whatever I showed you about WhatsApp through the CRM, so that's definitely possible. There's a small poll which we will like to quickly understand how to improve ourselves, the whole efficacy, and so that we are better prepared for it, and especially answer the question on WhatsApp's utility, so that we could reach out to some of you and assist you in bringing WhatsApp to your businesses as an enterprise solution. So yes, Mr. Tomar, you can do event information. So that's definitely possible. And yes, Mr. Mulidhar, we can even do for 200 student contacts. That's definitely possible. That could be done. Nikhil, are there any more questions?
So it says,
yeah. I think, yeah. Good afternoon, Rahul. So good question, Rahul. I think the per day limit depends on many different things. So WhatsApp has pricing tiers where a big brand like HUL or PNG probably sends more than 1 lakh in a day. So they don't restrict per se. I think they restrict based on pricing tiers. So they can always move you to a higher pricing tier if your consumption is high. There is a process called fair usage limit that you cannot abuse the process, but the per day limit can be handled based on the pricing tier on which you subscribe to. But definitely there's a fair usage limit, and we should respect the fair usage limit. Okay, it's a good question. So what's the difference between an ERP and Extra Edge? So simply put, Arati is Extra Edge is a CRM, and ERP is used for entire student lifecycle management, where you could do things like course, curriculum, schedule, the life cycle of the student entirely throughout the journey of the academia. Whereas Extra Edge is before admissions. So we are a sales software, and generally you have a CRM and you have a ERP. They both work in tandem with each other, and you should have both. A good brand generally has a CRM and also has a ERP, and they talk to each other. So that's the difference. Yeah. So Priyanka, we can reach out to you. For that, my team will reach out to you. If you leave your credentials, we'll reach out to you about those kind of modalities. We can answer that one-on-one. So Muralidhar, again, we can answer that question one-on-one. We are a SaaS-based company, so things are subscription-based for a yearly package. So team will reach out to you if you leave your credentials, and we'll have a one-on-one conversation with you. So Nikhil, are we all good?
Yes, Abhishek, I would just want to request the people who have not taken the poll to just take. I think there are around 8 people who have not taken the poll. If you can please do the same, it would help us.
Right. I think kindly take the poll. It really helps us to understand things in detail, that how probably we could improve this webinar and how we could do better. This time we try to do a show and tell, where we show you few things, tell you few things, and have it a more interactive piece to it. I hope all of you enjoyed it. I'll leave you with a note that India loves WhatsApp, and so will the businesses. And education has always been a business where consumers are primarily in the age between 15, 18 to 35, which are basically the 60% of people who use WhatsApp in India. It's a golden opportunity to leverage power of WhatsApp businesses, as well as leverage things like ability to send marketing collaterals at scale, put it in drip, and also leverage payments going down, and build the complete end-to-end fulfillment for your courses and programs. I'll encourage all of you to embrace this. Reach out to people like us, where we could help you with the paperwork, logistics, setting up it, and making sure that you can utilize it within the products, and communicate and engage in a post-pandemic world with your prospects very promptly, with courage, and in a channel which they know and they appreciate talking to you. So that's one of the most important things that I would leave you with. So Nilofer, we will make sure that these recordings are available to you, and you can access and Priya and take a look at that later on. So Nikhil will make sure that you are able to listen to this recording later. That should not be a problem. Okay, so thank you very much for being a patient audience, and I hope this was useful, relevant, and we were able to break down this complexity of WhatsApp into the simplicity of what could you do in your admission teams. We keep on having these webinars, and I will look forward to see few of you in our next webinar, where we talk about some other aspects related to admission and marketing. My name is Abhishek. I'm the co-founder of Extra Edge, and glad to meet all of you and speak to some of you later on. Thank you.